Yo, what's up, guys? Thank you very much for joining me today. So today is now August the 25th. It's about 3:40 p.m. here in Istanbul, Turkey. And thank you very much for joining me in my channel. For those that are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Philakone, short for, or everybody calls me Phil. Make sure you're hitting that like, subscribe, and notification button, and I'd really appreciate that. So for those that don't know me, welcome to my channel once again. My name is Philakone, and I used to be a mechanical engineer about 7 years ago. And luckily, I got into Ethereum at the right time, at the right place, 7 years ago about, where I started doing research. I was mining it, I started accumulating a little bit of it, and surely enough, I turned $2,000 into something where I could leave my engineering career behind and started to focus full time on cryptocurrency, where it gave me the ability to have a little bit more freedom and definitely a lot happier because I get to do what I want now for myself working at home. So my job now is to provide you with top tier technical analysis from the perspective of a professional trader, and I would say a successful one as well, considering well, what is a successful trader, right? Someone who does it full time and is actually profitable and has the ability to educate others as well with a proven strategy. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm more than happy to do this now, and I love helping people as much as I can. So make sure you're visiting my website here at philakone.com. Right now, there's a great promotion on my Discord group, so consider joining it. There's a 7-day trial for my premium Discord trading group. Normally it's $50 a month, okay? Just go to my website, click on join Discord. It'll bring you to this site here where you get a 7-day trial. And I'm finally bringing back that promotion where it's $1,050. Normally it's over $2,000. I skipped last month and I only allowed 10 people to get it per month. And the promo goes like this. You get a lifetime Discord membership with me. You also get my course version 2.0 courses, all 29 hours over 53 lessons. And you also get my course version 2.0 second edition textbook as well. That's mailed out to you. And you also get a Team Philakone merchandise t-shirt as well. So right now it's been a very slow period, okay? So my goal is to try to find trades with my Discord group while also focusing on educating the group to make sure they're self-sufficient traders over time. And one of the biggest topics I wanted to talk about today is having the criterias to enter a trade. You got to have a strict set of criteria to enter a trade. Otherwise, you're going to be jumping on every single trade. And if you do that, you're not going to be able to capitalize on these trades. You're not going to know which ones to take, and more importantly, which ones not to take. That's the most important. So an example of a trade not to take is a coin like BLZ that ended up spiking upwards of 94% in 4 minutes. This is a coin you need to avoid. And instead of thinking about the potential profit you could make, you got to think about what you could actually be losing. A good trader will always think of the risk and what they could lose rather than the potential profit, because the profit becomes a bonus of these good trades over time, okay? So BLZ is a coin you absolutely entirely avoid. If you go to philakone.com and you go to my exploring courses here, okay, I got a really good set of rules that I adhere to and I still follow to this day, okay? I created 6 trading setups here. Use the password Philakone if you want to buy them individually one by one. They're not that expensive, guys, and you could very well change your life. You never know. So these trading setups here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 here, they give you an idea of what I look for to enter a trade, and if some of them don't fit into this criteria, I avoid them, right? So this is extremely important because right now when the market is slow, I'm seeing a lot of people in my Discord group, no offense to them, I understand they're trying to catch a trade. But what I see is that they're forcing these trades when the market isn't moving. And what does that imply? It implies that when the market does eventually move, right, they don't have a standard. They don't have a set of rules to enter trades. And because they don't have a set of rules, because they entered pretty much anything that they could find when the market was slow, it also implies when the market's moving heavily, they're probably going to take like any single trade and like literally like any single trade that they can find. And they're going to take on more risk. They don't have like a set of rules that they adhere by. And because they don't have a set of rules that they abide by, That means that there's going to be way more risk, more trades taken, and no standards for what trades to take. And that's going to start incurring a lot of losses. So this also has to do with discipline. You have to be a disciplined trader, in my opinion. And being a disciplined trader involves knowing which trades to take and which trades to not take, and especially cutting your losses quickly as well, right? This is just part of the formula, part of the recipe to become a successful trader. And a lot of people are always like, they're looking for trading setups, what coin is hot, what coin's gonna spike, what coin's gonna drop. They're basically looking for like the signals, okay? The signals of what's gonna move, which should I be focusing on. But instead of doing that, what I find is that the really successful traders, they more so focus on the principles of trading, right? And the rules of trading. And then once they have the rules down, it also starts to develop the discipline of trading. And with that comes the profits eventually over time. I do see, unfortunately, a lot of people in my Discord group just waiting for the signals, waiting for me to take a trade. But they're not gonna, for example, try to learn how to trade, right? They're just waiting for the signals. Those people will be in the market like 6 months, a year, 2 years tops. They're gonna lose all their money, and they haven't done their work themselves and their research. They haven't learned anything themselves. And those people will usually get weeded out of the market very quickly. Because when you compare it to them being in the market versus, for example, the people that have put in a lot of work, the people that are learning, the people that are progressing, and they're developing skills in trading, why would the people that are looking for signals, why would they have any competitive advantage over the people that are actually putting in effort into learning, right? So you have to think of it like that. Like there's not an unlimited amount of people that can stay in crypto or stay in the game or stay in the market. There's going to be a finite that can actually have that mental capacity and toughness to stay in the game. And the people that are really focusing on improving their skills, like I mentioned, versus the people that are just looking for signals and an easy way in, we both know who's going to win. The guy that puts in more work than the other guy will always have a higher chance, or girl, right? Or the person who puts in more work than the other person is always going to have a better chance at succeeding at something in life, right? So it's just how it goes. So make sure you're spending time being very disciplined about what you're doing and have a methodological, is that the word? Like a system. I can't pronounce that word. A system of doing something. And let me just give you an example of what not to trade. Sometimes when you know what not to do, it can also imply you can understand what to do, right? So one of my set rules for trading is it's got to be moving. The market needs to move for you to make profit, okay? If the market has moved 20%, you have a higher chance of catching a percentage of that 20%. Even if you caught 50% of that 20%, which is a 10% move, that means that you have a good chance of making money, right? Like you can make money. But let's say the market moves 4%, only 4%, and then you like catch 50% of that, that's only 2% of a move. So one, it's less profit, and two, there's a lot more margin for error because you got to be more precise. It's moving so little, 4%, that you got to be very accurate with your entry and your exit to make money, right? But if you look at a 20% move, heck, you could have missed the first 5%. No problem. It's still going. And then you could catch the another 5%, for example, and then the other 10% you'll miss. Even if you caught 5% of the 20, right, which is 25%, you're still profitable. So a market needs to be volatile for you to actually make money in it. Doesn't it? Makes sense, right? If you're trying to trade a low volume moving coin, low percentage moving coin, it's going to be very difficult for you to scalp these. Not only that, if you are trying to scalp these positions that barely move, that barely have volume, it implies that when the bull market comes, you're not going to know what to do because everything is going to be moving. You're going to be like a dog in the park with tons of toys, right? Or a kid in a candy store. You're just not going to know how to differentiate between the best trades to take and just just mediocre trades. So it's important to develop this discipline now while the market is slow. You can't just jump on every single trade. I haven't taken a trade in 6 days, but when I came back from Rome last Friday, I made $11,000. I'm okay to sit on that $11,000 profit and just kind of chill and not do anything for a while until the right trade comes up. Okay, so one criteria is the market needs to be moving. So you can take a look at the moving here, for example, on Crypto Loom, or you can go to TradingView and just sort it by up or down. You'll see BLZ, but we ruled that out already. It's not worth trading, right? And then there's of course SHIB as well, but I missed SHIB already. That was a pretty good moving coin, so maybe it's gonna make another wave to the upside since it's moving already. So SHIB is a good coin to be looking at. So you want to add an alert here because it's moving over 10%. Okay, so that's one way to look at it. Every other coin that's moving like, you know, these amounts like 2, 3, 4%, it's just too late to get into them. So a coin needs to be moving. And the only one that we saw today so far is basically, there's Anchor, right? That's starting to move a little bit, but the volume is so low. Another criteria, other than the percentage moving up or down on Crypto Loom or on TradingView, is RSI. So RSI is really low right now, right? But it's not below 30. It's not oversold. It's not really overbought either on the daily, right? It's not above 70. It's not below 30. On the 4 hour, it's not above 70 except for BLZ, which we said we're scrapping it. And then it's below, nothing is below 30. So you know, based off of RSI, on like a 4 hour, which is a good reasonable day trading perspective, and on a higher time frame, the daily, nothing is moving up or down, right? On the percentage movements, you see some coins starting to pick up in volume today. Okay, really pick up. You know, BLZ, but we ruled that out. And then there's Anchor that's bringing to our attention today, and SHIB. So we got to take a look at Anchor. Okay, Anchor it's gaining a lot of attention today. So let's just take a look at, let's see what's going on. This is a shit coin to be trading. It literally spikes up 10% and then it spikes back down 7%. That's a really choppy coin. You don't want to be trading these kinds of coins. Avoid this coin. So this is a false signal, a false indication. Okay, so then you're only left with SHIB today. So once again, one, you look at RSI. Anything below 30 or above 70, if the answer is no, you know that the market's pretty damn slow right now. Okay, you can also look on a lower time frame, like for example the 30-minute. The 30-minute, the 15-minute, you can ask the same question. Is anything below 30 or above 70? And you say SHIB, right? SHIB is bringing to our attention. It's above 70 for both the 15-minute and 30. So because the answer is yes to that, we go to SHIB, and right, we got to check each one by one. Oh, I think I took out SHIB here by accident. Okay, there we go. No, not that guy. SHIB. So we SHIB here. So we know this coin is the one that's moving, where we check it one by one and we say, hey, SHIB's actually moving. So we put that on our red list. Okay, you can just have whatever system you want. I just like to color code them to red, have it on the list. So SHIB was brought to our attention because of Crypto Loom. Does that make sense? So now let's take a look at BTC. So once again, to summarize, you look at RSI and you look at percentage movements. That alone, those two things right there alone will indicate if it's a volatile market. Okay, if there's anything moving that day. If there's not moving anything moving that day, sure, you can spend all day doing TA and looking for that one coin that could potentially break out, right? But I'm not that kind of trader that's going to be wasting my time. I let the market move, I let it retrace, then I'll enter when there's a pattern or a possible breakout, okay? Which has a lot to do with right here. Trade setup number 3, longing the trend line third wave breakout, catching dips on wave 2 or 4. So basically what that says here, that's a really good one, by the way. Like, this is a really good video. What basically that says in short is catching the third wave breakout, right? So this is wave 1, 2. So basically, sometimes you're going to see a lot of this. This is nothing. And you're not going to be waiting for like that period here could be like 2 months where it does nothing. I'm not going to try to log every single thing. I'll let the breakout happen, wave 1, 2, and then I'll try to catch a wave 3 breakout, right? And I talk in detail. So this is the wave 3 breakout right there. Wave 3 breakout. That's what I'm referring to in this course. Trendline third wave breakout. Or it's catching waves 2 or 4. Dip. This is wave 2. I talk in detail how to catch this guy or how to break out of this one. And then that's wave 3, right? This is wave 4, and that's 5. I also talk about catching that one. So these are my 3 strategies for longing, and they're very profitable, I'm telling you. This is wave 2, that's wave 4, that's wave 3 breakout. But I never ever long wave 5 breakout. This one here is a big X. I never ever trade this guy here. The reason I don't is because it's just not a profitable trade. This guy, yes, yes, yes. So check that out if you're curious about it. It's in my website there. Or you can buy the whole package, right? Just buy the whole package for $10.50. It's a way better deal. So taking a look at Bitcoin right now, we see that Bitcoin is still in its little channel, okay? Still in its channel that's been forming for a very long time now, since June the 18th. And Bitcoin is actually not doing anything, really. It's not. I wish there was more of an update. But Bitcoin is having a lot of trouble breaking this range now, if you've noticed. Right here, this is the true resistance. We're finding tons of resistance here, here, and here. Okay? So see that? So Bitcoin needs to smash that. If Bitcoin smashes it, you're probably going to see a resistance up to around a rally to about 26,000 or 22,600. That's going to be a really good play. But right now, as it stands, nothing is happening for 5 days now. Okay? So this is how long we've been sideways for. Basically since there. So 6 days actually. 6 days, 6 hours. Nothing has been happening. Bitcoin attempts to break this $21,500, $600, $700 range with tons of resistance. And nothing is happening here at all today. So crappy. Bitcoin doesn't hold here at these previous lows. The lows at 20,750 range. If we don't hold that, next support is going to be deadly. Okay? The next support is going to be down over here. Right around there. $18,900. That's the next support. So we either break 20,750 and drop to 18,900, or we break 21,650 and rally to 22,600. One of the two things will happen. Which will it be? Stay tuned, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video today. Make sure you're hitting that like, subscribe, and notification button. I want to make sure I provide you guys with a Bitcoin and just a general video every single day for the next 41 days. Bye now. Take care.